Discipline has a bad reputation. For a lot of people, that word feels heavy. It sounds like restriction, like rules, like something you're forcing yourself to do. And if you've struggled with consistency in the past, discipline can feel like proof that something is wrong with you. Why can't I stick to this? Why is it so hard? These questions replay in your mind like a broken record. But here's the thing. What if we've misunderstood discipline entirely? What if discipline isn't punishment at all? What if discipline isn't about forcing yourself into exhaustion, deprivation, or constant struggle? What if discipline is simply self-respect? If you're watching this, chances are you've tried relying on motivation before. You waited to feel ready. You waited to feel inspired. You waited for the perfect day, the perfect time, the perfect feeling. And when that spark never came, you blamed yourself. You told yourself, I'm weak, I'm lazy, I'm not disciplined enough. But here's the truth. Motivation was never meant to be reliable. It's emotional, it's inconsistent. It comes and goes based on stress, sleep, hormones, mood, and the chaos of life. Discipline is different. Discipline is what remains when motivation disappears. It's the calm that carries you through the days when you don't feel like doing anything. Here's something no one says out loud. Discipline isn't about doing more. It's not about perfect workouts every day. It's not about flawless meals or relentless intensity. It's about deciding once, and then not arguing with yourself every day after. That internal negotiation, that constant back and forth in your mind, that's what drains your energy more than the work itself. Should I eat this? Should I skip today? Should I start again on Monday? Discipline ends that debate, not because you're being strict or harsh, but because you've made a choice to stop abandoning yourself. When you choose a low-carb or keto lifestyle, when you choose to move your body, when you choose to show up even imperfectly, that's not punishment, that's self-respect. It's saying, my energy matters, my future matters, my body deserves consistency, not chaos. And that simple shift changes everything. A lot of people assume discipline is intensity. Hard workouts, perfect meals, never slipping. But real discipline is quieter than that. Real discipline looks like eating simply when you could overthink it, stopping when you're satisfied, not stuffed, going for the walk even when it feels slow or unremarkable, choosing to sleep on time instead of scrolling endlessly, showing up for yourself even when no one is watching. It's stable, it's calm, it's predictable, and stability is what changes lives. If discipline feels difficult right now, that doesn't mean you're failing. It means your old patterns are losing influence. Old habits don't go quietly. They fight back with cravings, with excuses, with the urge to quit when things feel boring or repetitive. That resistance isn't a sign to stop. It's a sign you're building something new, something stronger, something sustainable. Here's another key shift. Discipline isn't about controlling your body. It's about supporting it. It's about giving it predictable fuel instead of spikes and crashes. It's about letting your nervous system calm down instead of constantly reacting. It's about choosing routines, meals, and movements that make tomorrow easier, not harder. That's respect in its purest form. Think about someone you respect deeply. You don't sabotage them. You don't push them to exhaustion. You don't ignore their needs. You show up for them consistently. You protect what matters. You honor their time, energy, and potential. Discipline is learning to treat yourself the same way. And this is where identity comes into play. Because once you stop seeing discipline as punishment, you stop resisting it. You stop treating daily consistency like a prison. You start seeing it as part of who you are now. I'm someone who keeps promises to myself. I'm someone who chooses steady over extreme. I'm someone who doesn't need chaos to feel alive. Identity changes behavior far more effectively than willpower ever could. There will still be days that feel heavy, days when discipline doesn't feel empowering. That's normal. On those days, discipline doesn't need to be loud. It just needs to exist. One clean meal, one intentional choice, one decision that says, I still respect myself today. That's enough. Even if it's small, even if it's slow, even if it's not perfect. Every single choice compounds. Every step forward reinforces trust in yourself. Over time, quietly, without fanfare, you'll notice something shift. You won't argue with yourself as much. You won't feel pulled in 10 directions. You won't need constant motivation to keep going. Not because you became stricter, but because you became steadier. And steadiness is far more powerful than intensity. That's the kind of discipline that lasts. If this message resonates, stay with this series. Not for pressure, not for perfection, but for reminders that healthy living doesn't have to feel like a fight, that it can be calm, intentional, and rewarding. In the next episode, we'll explore something closely connected to this: why consistency beats intensity every single time, and how letting go of extremes might be the reason your results finally stick. Remember this: you're not punishing yourself. You're respecting yourself. You're creating a life where your body, your energy, and your future are protected. And that respect changes everything. Discipline is quiet. It's subtle. It's not the loudest, flashiest part of transformation. It's the part that builds momentum in the background. It's the reason habits form, progress compounds, and growth becomes inevitable. Discipline is love for yourself in action. It's a promise kept, commitment honored, a foundation laid step by step, day by day. So today, choose discipline, not as punishment, not as a weight to bear, but as an act of respect. Choose to show up. Choose to care for yourself. Choose to honor your time, energy, and potential. Small steps, quietly repeated. That's how lives change. And when you do notice this, you'll no longer need to chase motivation. Motivation will follow. It will arrive naturally as a byproduct of your consistent action. Because when you respect yourself, when you honor your choices, the nervous system responds. Your mind aligns, your body trusts, and results flow steadily, predictably, powerfully. Discipline isn't punishment. Discipline is self-respect. It's your love for yourself in motion. It's calm, steady, intentional, and life-changing. Choose it today, honor it tomorrow, and watch how quietly, without drama, your life transforms.